What is going on, man? Today I got a very interesting Q&A for you. Now, I forgot to write the name down when I was writing down the question, so my bad, dude, on not giving you the shout out. I'll definitely give you a shout out in the description below with your name and everything. But you asked me this question, and it was a very dynamic question. That's why I want to answer it for you. So it's got a lot of different parts. The first one is, how do you crush limiting beliefs in your own head? And the reason he was asking about this is because he recently went on a date with a girl, and the girl brought a guy friend with her, and he was wondering if he should escalate. He felt like he was scared to escalate either physically or just like as a man to a woman with her guy friend there. And he wanted to know if I had any useful mindsets or techniques to use in a situation like that, where you think you're going on a date with a girl and she brings a guy friend with her. And then he also wanted to know, just like a fucking random question that he threw in at the end, he wanted to know my opinion on how to be a high status man who approaches women in bars. So thank you for the very dynamic question, man, and here's my very dynamic answer for you. So the first one is limiting beliefs are just that. They are beliefs that are limiting you from achieving your potential. So when you realize what they are, because obviously you already would realize what it is because you called it a limiting belief yourself, you can stop believing it. You can call it out for what it is, a fucking shitty belief that you have in your head that for whatever reason, some reference experience in the past made you think that you shouldn't do this thing, and fear is keeping you from actually achieving what you want to achieve. Then you can just put that limiting belief behind you. So for example, the word can't is a very common theme in all these limiting beliefs. I can't do this because of this, or I just can't do this because that can't be done. All right, so in this example, your limiting belief was, I can't escalate as a man to a woman, as a guy who likes this girl physically or just flirtatiously, because she brought her guy friend with her to this interaction. So one, that's a limiting belief. Why can't you do that? Why? Ask yourself, why can't you do that one thing? And obviously a lot of reasons are gonna pop into your head when you ask yourself why, but here's the thing. Those reasons that pop into your head are simply excuses of why you don't want to do that thing. So for example, you don't think that you should escalate with this girl because maybe her guy friend will get offended. You don't think that you should escalate with this girl because maybe she'll be uncomfortable if you did that and her guy friend was there. You don't think that you should escalate with this girl because maybe she's dating this guy, or maybe she's sleeping with this guy, all right? So once you realize that you have all these reasons of why you don't think that you should, and why these are just a limiting belief for you, the cause of that limiting belief, realize that you can do whatever you want. You're just afraid of what might happen if you do that thing. Now, when you realize that, the question really becomes, should I escalate in front of her guy friend that she brought? If that makes sense to you. Now, lucky for you, now that we realize that, now that we got all the prerequisite shit out of the way, I'll tell you from personal experience and from the experience of many, many guys out in the world, that no matter what kind of friend she has with her, if it's a girlfriend or a guy friend, you want to shy away from physically escalating with this girl too much in front of them, because girls just have this thing that they're always worried about being judged as a slut in public, in front of their friends, especially in front of their friends. So I would not escalate physically too much with this girl. Now, obviously you can do whatever you want, dude. But I would definitely gauge that and realize that she's probably not gonna wanna seem like a slut in front of her friend, whether it's a guy friend or a girlfriend. So if you want to escalate with this girl, I would definitely isolate her more. And even if it's just for a few seconds away from her guy friend, maybe her guy friend goes to the bathroom for a second, that's when you sneak in the little sexual spikes, the little sexual tension things. Maybe that's when you can escalate with her in a little bit, in a calibrated way. But do it when you're not near her guy friend. That said, also ask yourself, why did she bring this guy? Did she bring this guy along with her because that was one of her guy friends that she happened to be hanging out with and she thought this was gonna be a social circle situation, so she brought her guy friend? Or did she bring her guy friend because she wanted her best friend, maybe that's her best friend, to meet this really cool, charming, attractive dude that just asked her out on a date, and she's like, oh my God, you have to meet this guy, his name is Patrick and he's awesome? Or did she bring him because she is hooking up with him and she didn't want to give you mixed signals? Or did she bring him because she just felt uncomfortable being at a one-on-one date with you, because most girls these days don't really like to date that much because it's just a lot of pressure. Okay, so realize where her motivation for bringing this guy was. Maybe you were just too ambiguous with your invite, and you made it sound like it was going to be a social type situation, and she thought, okay, I'll just bring a friend then. Okay, so really reflect inwards or even outwards and try to read the situation, and then realize that you probably shouldn't escalate physically in front of her friends. Now, you can definitely flirt in front of her friends, and in fact, if her friends realize that you guys like each other, then they'll definitely take the hint and give you guys some space to do that, to explore that. But I wouldn't escalate physically, especially if it's a guy. He's gonna feel weird, he's gonna feel uncomfortable, she's gonna feel like this other guy is judging her as a slut, and just shit doesn't work out for you. So I hope that helped out, man. And to answer your last question, my opinion on cold approaching in a high status way. Here's the way I think about a cold approach. I think if you are truly a high value man, a man who is high status, then you have the ability to approach a stranger and vibe with them and connect with them should you have to or should you want to, but you do not feel the compulsion to. You don't feel the need to, because you're already completely abundant on your own. And on that note, if you like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up, share it with a friend, or just share it with anybody in general, and subscribe to my channel for more awesome content like this on the regular. And then definitely click the link below, sign up for the daily VIP email newsletter, and I will see you in the next video.
Okay.